So, Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Bima Sabanganwala and I'm a student at Han School Online Academy. So, as you know, first of all, welcome to my show Inspiring Minds, where I will try to inspire you. And today I'm going to do an interview session with Call Any on a new topic, and the topic of our interview is that the 5 ways which make me laugh. So, yep, let's start this interview with meet and greet session with Call Any. So, first of all, hello Annie, how are you today? And kindly introduce yourself briefly.
Walaikum assalam, Madab. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm excited to be here on your show, Inspiring Minds. What a fun topic. I can't wait to share my 5 ways to make you laugh. Who are you introducing me to?
Okay, so first of all, tell me that what kind of song never failed make to you laugh?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd say a feel good dance song always lifts my spirits. Something like Uptown Funk or any catchy dance music gets me moving and smiling. What about you? What's your go to song that never fails to make you happy?
I like song it's an Indian song of Diljit's movie. Yep, its name is Lehenga, so it was great. So I like it very much.
Oh, I love Diljit. Henga is such a catchy tune. It definitely has that upbeat vibe that makes you want to dance. Do you have a favorite moment from the song or the movie?
Yep, like the dance step I had tried to do, but I can't do because it's a little bit uh, difficult for me. So yeah, I can't do it, but I will try it at home.
That's the spirit. Dance is all about having fun, even if you don't nail every step. Just keep practicing and you'll get it. Plus, it's a great way to unwind. What other dances do you enjoy trying?
Okay, so let's move to next question. And next question with you is that do you prefer clever or skill humor?
Ooh, tough choice. I think I lean more towards clever humor. I love a good pun or witty joke that makes you think a little. But silly humor has its charm too. It's hard not to laugh at something totally ridiculous. What about you? Which one gets you giggling more?
Okay, so now explain me that what's the funniest movie you ever seen?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd have to say Superbad always cracks me up. The awkward moments and hilarious antics of the characters are just too relatable. What about you? What's your all-time favorite funny movie?
Its name I forget name, but yep, there are a lot of movies that I like, but I can't remember now anyone.
No worries. Sometimes the titles just slip our minds. If you remember any funny scenes or characters, I'd love to hear about them. It can be fun to jog your memory that way. What do you usually enjoy most in a comedy?
Yeah, in this there are seven, not seven, five members of team, and they wants to get like 1 crore rupees from the big tree under the tree, and they run at the zoo where 1 crore rupees is buried. And yep, everyone is like in the end of this movie everyone can divide it, and they all donated for the one zoo who in which they are buried. And yep, it was great movie.
That sounds hilarious. A treasure hunt at the zoo with a bunch of quirky characters. I love it. It's always great when a comedy has a heartwarming twist at the end, too. It sounds like a fun adventure. Do you remember any specific moments that made you laugh out loud?
Okay, so let's move to next question. And now explain me that can you name a comedians who always make you laugh?
Absolutely. I'd say Kevin Hart always cracks me up. His storytelling and energy are just contagious. He has this way of turning everyday situations into something hilarious. How about you? Who's your go to comedian?
Yep, Rauf Lala is the comedian of Pakistan, so yeah, I love it.
Rauf Lal is fantastic. He has such a unique style and really knows how to connect with his audience. His humor is always relatable and so much fun. Do you have a favorite skit or joke of his that you love?
No, I can't remember, but yep, I see just short on YouTube, so I will tell you.
Sounds good. YouTube is a treasure trove for finding funny clips. Whenever you remember it, I'd love to hear about it. It's always fun to share laughs. What else do you like to watch on YouTube?
Okay, let's move to the next question. And now, explain me that what type of comedy show do you enjoy the most?
I really enjoy sketch comedy shows. They're so creative and can cover a wide range of topics in just a few minutes. Shows like Saturday Night Live or Key and Peele always have me laughing. How about you? What type of comedy show do you like the most?
Yeah, I like one Pakistani comedian show, and the name was like Hansana Mana Hai, and they hosted by Tabish Ashmi, and it is hilarious. I like to watch him, and yeah, I like it very much.
That sounds like a blast. Taby Shashmi is known for his humor and unique style. It's great to have shows that really resonate with you and make you laugh. Do you have a favorite episode or moment from Kansana Manahe that stands out?
No, there are 100 plus episodes, so yep, everything is amazing. But I can't watch every episode. But when the guest is amazing, so yeah, I will watch. And yep, let's move to the next question. And now explain it. Do you like dark humor or light-hearted jokes?
I think I lean more towards lighthearted jokes. They're just more fun and uplifting, and I love sharing a good laugh without any heavy themes. Dark humor can be funny too, but it's definitely not for everyone. What about you? Do you have a preference?
Okay, so now explain me that. Is there a certain TV show that always cracks up you?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think art can definitely have key themes that resonate and connect with people. For me, a lot of art that evokes emotion or tells a story tends to grab my attention. It's like a clue to what the artist is feeling or trying to express. What about you? Do you find certain themes in art that really speak to you?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's the funniest meme you have come across recently?
Oh, memes can be so hilarious. Recently, I saw one about trying to stay productive while working from home with a cat sitting on a keyboard. The caption said, "My coworker has a habit of interrupting me." It totally cracked me up. Memes about everyday struggles always hit home. Have you come across any funny memes lately?
Okay, so now explain me that. How do you react to a good punchline in a joke?
Oh, I love a good punchline. I usually burst out laughing and might even do a little happy dance. It's like a delightful surprise that just makes everything click. Sometimes I'll even share it with friends right away. How about you? What's your reaction when a punchline hits just right?
Okay, so now explain me that. Do you enjoy puns or find them enjoying?
I definitely enjoy punchlines. They're like the cherry on top of a joke. When a punchline lands well, it makes the whole setup worth it and brings everyone together in laughter. It's such a great feeling. Do you have a favorite punchline from a joke that always makes you laugh?
Okay, so now explain me that. Which one of your friend can make you laugh the hardest?
Oh, my friend Sarah is definitely the one who makes me laugh the hardest. She has this incredible ability to turn any situation into something funny, and her impressions are spot on. We can be just chilling and she'll come out with something that has me in stitches. How about you? Do you have a friend who always knows how to get you laughing?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's the funniest memory you have with a friend?
Oh, I have a funny memory with my friend where we tried to bake cookies together. We ended up mixing up the sugar and salt, and the cookies turned out super salty as we tried to eat them, and we ended up having a cookie toss across the kitchen. It was a delightful disaster. What about you? Do you have a funny memory with a friend that always makes you smile?
Okay, so now explain me that. Do you laugh more in a group or alone?
I think I enjoy both. Being in a group is so much fun for laughs and shared experiences, but I also appreciate some alone time for self reflection and creativity. It's all about balance. How about you? Do you prefer hanging out with a group or spending time alone?
Yeah, I like to spend time with my family and friends. I like it. I can't enjoy much so when I am alone in home and anyway.
That's wonderful. Spending time with family and friends can create such special memories. It's great to have that connection and share laughter together. Do you have any favorite activities you like to do with them?
Okay, so now explain me that. Has a stranger ever made you laugh unexpectedly?
Oh, definitely. I remember once I was in a coffee shop, and a stranger made a funny comment about the long line. We ended up chatting and sharing jokes, and it turned into a really fun conversation. It's amazing how little humor can connect people, even if they're strangers. Have you ever had a funny or unexpected moment with a stranger?
Okay, so now explain me that. Have you ever laughed so hard with a friend that you couldn't stop?
Oh, yes. There was this one time my friend and I were watching a comedy show and we both got the giggles so bad that we couldn't breathe. We ended up laughing for what felt like forever, even after the show ended. It was one of those contagious laughter moments where you just can't stop. Have you had a moment like that with a friend?
No, I can't spend like that. But yep. So now explain me that. How often do you laugh when catching up with old friends?
I absolutely love catching up with old friends. It's like picking up right where we left off, sharing stories and laughs. I try to do it whenever I can, maybe a few times a year. It's so refreshing and nostalgic. How about you? How often do you get to catch up with your old friends?
Okay, so now explain me that. How often do you laugh when catching up? No, 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 no. Explain me that. What's the most random thing a friend did that you made laugh?
Oh, I have a good one. One time, my friend decided to surprise me with a dance routine in the middle of a coffee shop. She just stood up and started dancing like nobody was watching. It was so unexpected and hilarious that everyone around us started laughing too. I couldn't stop giggling. What about you? Has a friend ever done something random that made you laugh?
Okay, so now explain me that. Are you more likely to laugh when you are in a crowd or just with one person?
I think I'm more likely to enjoy a crowd. There's something energizing about being around lots of people, sharing laughs, and soaking in the vibe. But I also cherish those one on one moments where you can really connect and have deep conversations. It's nice to have a mix. How about you? Do you prefer the buzz of a crowd or the intimacy of being with one person?
Okay, so now explain me that. Have you ever laughed in a serious situation because of a friend?
Oh, totally. There was a time when my friend and I were in a serious discussion about something important, but then they made a joke that totally broke the tension. We both ended up laughing and it lightened the mood so much. It's amazing how humor can help us cope in serious situations. Have you ever had a moment like that with a friend?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's the funniest thing that has happened to you?
Oh, I have a funny story. Once I was trying to impress some friends by showing off my yoga skills, and I attempted a tricky pose. Instead, I lost my balance and ended up rolling off my mat and onto the floor. Everyone burst out laughing, including me. It was such a silly moment, but it reminded me not to take myself too seriously. What about you? What's the funniest thing that's happened to you?
Okay, so now explain me that. Have you ever had a laughing fit in public?
Oh, yes. I once had a laughing fit in a quiet library. My friend whispered something hilarious and I tried to hold it in, but it just erupted. I ended up laughing so hard that I had to step outside. It was so embarrassing, but also so funny. Have you ever had a moment like that where you just couldn't stop laughing in public?
Okay, so now explain me that. Do you ever laugh at yourself?
Absolutely. I think laughing at myself is the best. It helps me not take things too seriously. Like when I trip over nothing or forget something silly, I just have to chuckle. It's a great way to lighten the mood and embrace those awkward moments. Do you ever find yourself laughing at your own mishaps?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's the funniest misunderstanding you have been a part of?
Oh, I have a funny misunderstanding story. Once I was at a party and someone asked me if I wanted to play Twister. I thought they meant the game, so I got all excited, but they were actually talking about a dance move. I ended up trying to demonstrate the game on the floor while everyone else was dancing. We all laughed so hard about it. Have you ever had a funny misunderstanding like that?
Okay, so now explain me that. Have you ever tried to suppress laughter in a quiet place?
Oh, definitely. I remember being at a fancy restaurant with friends, and someone made a hilarious joke that caught me off guard. I tried to suppress my laughter, but it just made it worse. I ended up snorting and drawing attention to myself. It was so embarrassing, but also so funny. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to hold back laughter in a quiet place?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's the most embarrassing thing that you made you laugh?
Oh, I have a classic embarrassing moment. I once walked into a room full of people thinking it was a surprise party for me, only to realize it was for someone else. I felt my face turn bright red, but I just laughed it off and joined in the fun. It turned out to be a great night. What about you? What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
Okay, so now explain me that. Have you ever laughed at an awkward situation?
Oh, for sure. I was once at a wedding, and during the vows, the officiant accidentally mixed up the names of the couple. It was so awkward, but instead of getting upset, everyone started laughing. It broke the tension, and the couple just rolled with it, making it a memorable moment. Sometimes laughter is the best way to handle awkwardness. Have you ever found yourself laughing in a similar situation?
Yeah, yeah, same situation with me that I can't remember my cousin's name in my mind. So I his name was Ali. So I will pronounce it like Hamza. Are you there? So I just like, what can I do? Her name is not Hamza, and her name was Ali. So yeah, it was an embarrassing for me and also slip of my mind.
Oh no, that's such a relatable moment. Those name slips can be so awkward, but they often lead to funny stories later on. I bet everyone had a good laugh about it. It happens to the best of us. At least you can look back and chuckle now, right? Have you had any other funny mix ups like that?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's a moment you were surprised by how much it made you laugh?
Oh, I had a moment like that during a dance class. I was really nervous about trying a new style, but once I got into it, I was surprised by how much I loved it. I felt so free and energized. It reminded me of how stepping out of my comfort zone can lead to amazing experiences. Have you ever been surprised by how much you enjoyed something you thought you wouldn't?
So now explain me that. Have you ever a dream that made you laugh when you wake up?
Oh, yes. I once had a dream where I was exploring a beautiful, magical forest filled with colorful creatures and music. When I woke up, I felt so happy and inspired. It was one of those dreams that lingered with me all day, making me appreciate the beauty around me. Have you ever had a dream that left you feeling really good when you woke up?
Okay, so now explain me that. What's family member made you laugh the most?
I'd have to say my mom. She's always been my biggest supporter and has this amazing ability to make me laugh, even on tough days. We share so many fun memories together, from cooking to just chatting about life. It's those little moments that mean the most. How about you? Is there a family member you feel especially close to?
Yeah, all family members are close to me.
That's wonderful. It's such a blessing to have a close knit family. Those strong bonds can really make life richer and more joyful. Do you have any favorite family traditions or activities that you all enjoy together?
No, not maybe so. Yep, let's move to the next question and now explain me that. What's the funniest childhood memory you have?
Oh, I have a hilarious childhood memory. One time, my friends and I decided to have a lemonade stand, but we were so excited that we forgot to actually make lemonade. We ended up selling cups of water with lemon slices, and people were so confused but amused. We laughed about it for days. What about you? Do you have a funny childhood memory that always makes you smile?
And now explain me that did you laugh as a lot as a kid or not?
Oh, I loved Harry Potter as a kid. I was totally obsessed with the books and movies. I'd imagine myself at Hogwarts going on adventures with Harry, Hermione, and Ron. It sparked my love for reading and imagination. Did you have a favorite character or series that you loved as a kid?
Okay, so now explain me that why silly thing did you do as a childhood that still makes you laugh?
Oh, I did a silly thing where I tried to build a fort out of couch cushions and blankets, but it collapsed on me. I was buried under the cushions, and instead of being upset, I started laughing so hard that my family came in to check on me. We all ended up laughing together. It's a funny memory that still makes me smile. What about you? Did you ever do something silly as a kid that still cracks you up?
Okay, so now explain me that have your parents ever done something unintentionally funny?
Oh, definitely. One time, my dad was trying to impress us by cooking dinner, but he accidentally set off the smoke alarm while making grilled cheese. Instead of panicking, he started dancing around the kitchen to the alarm, making us all laugh. It turned into a fun family moment. Have your parents ever had a funny mishap like that?
Yes, so many, but I can't remember at this time. So now explain me that do you and your siblings share a similar sense of humor or not?
Oh, we definitely share a similar sense of humor. My siblings and I love making each other laugh with inside jokes and silly impressions. It's like we have our own little comedy club. It makes family gatherings so much fun. How about you? Do you and your siblings share the same sense of humor?
Okay, so now explain me that is there a family tradition that always make you as a laugh?
Yes. One family tradition that always makes me smile is our annual game night. We gather together, play board games, and have a blast laughing and teasing each other. It's such a fun way to bond and create memories. Plus, the friendly competition always leads to some hilarious moments. Do you have any family traditions that bring you joy?
Okay, so now explain me that what's the funniest thing a little kid has ever said to you?
Oh, kids say the funniest things. One time, a little kid told me that they wanted to be a dinosaur doctor when they grew up. I couldn't help but laugh. Their imagination is so wild and creative. It always reminds me to see the world with that same sense of wonder. Have you ever had a little kid say something that made you laugh?
Okay, so now explain me that have you ever had a family dinner where everyone couldn't stop laughing?
Oh, absolutely. There was one family dinner where my uncle accidentally spilled his drink all over himself while trying to tell a funny story. Instead of being embarrassed, he just started making silly faces and we all lost it. The laughter was contagious, and we ended up sharing stories and jokes for hours. It turned into one of those unforgettable nights. Have you had a family dinner that turned into a laughter fest?
Okay, so now explain me that what's a funny moment with your family that always come up at gatherings?
One funny moment that always comes up is when my cousin tried to impress everyone by showing off his dance moves at a family wedding. He ended up tripping and doing an accidental split. Instead of being embarrassed, he played it off like it was part of the dance, and we all couldn't stop laughing. Now, every time we gather, someone brings it up, and we all share a good laugh. What about you? Is there a funny family story that always gets retold?
Okay, so now explain me that do you laugh at slapstick humor like someone sleeping on a banana peel?
Oh, slapstick humor is classic. It's just so silly and unexpected, like someone slipping on a banana peel. It's the kind of humor that makes you laugh out loud because it's so outrageous. I love how it brings a lightheartedness to situations. It's like a reminder not to take life too seriously. Do you enjoy slapstick humor or do you have a favorite type of comedy?
Okay, my last question is that have you ever laughed so hard you fell over?
Oh, yes. There was this one time my friend told a joke that was so unexpected and funny that I literally laughed so hard I fell off my chair. I was in tears and we were all gasping for air. It was such a great moment of joy. Have you ever had a moment like that where you just couldn't stop laughing?
Okay, now you will have 30 seconds to explain me that what we will discuss in today's topic.
Today we've been diving into some hilarious and heartwarming memories. We've shared funny childhood moments, silly family stories, and the joy of laughter at family gatherings. We explored how humor connects us and makes life brighter. It's all about those little moments that bring us joy and create lasting memories. What do you think? Anything specific you want to focus on next?
Okay, so everyone, thanks for watching this interview. This is my interview with Call Annie, and stay tuned with new inspiring minds episode. Take care of yourself. I will meet you in the next episode. Take care of yourself, and Allah Hafiz.